Megan from Vigilante Vibes, and I am here to talk about another Marvel mutant, which I have been doing for months now. And if you ever wondered how many mutants there are, I've just gotten through the underrated ones. Like, I'm tired, dog, but I love it. So who is today? Today is one of the one of the least talked about ones. Today we're going to talk about John Proudstar. John Proudstar first appeared in Marvel Comics in Giant Size X-Men #1. John was first born on the Apache Reservation in Camp Verde in Arizona. As a kid and teenager, he always was incredibly strong and athletic, the type who seemed built for physical challenges. But even with all of that, John always felt like a loner, someone who really did not fit in. He wanted to prove himself as a warrior in the same way his ancestors once did, and he grew frustrated with what he saw as the quiet, subtle lives of most of the people on the reservation were living. Too young to enlist, he lied about his age to join the U.S. Marines and determined to live the intense, purposeful life he thought he was missing. He became a corporal, earned several medals, and served with distinction. But once his tour ended and he returned home, he felt the same dissatisfaction he felt before. John's mutant strength first showed itself when he was 20, which is very different for usual mutants, which is usually like 12, 13, when they start to go through puberty. With his bare hands, he managed to wrestle and hurl a charging bison to protect a little girl. People on the reservation celebrated him for it, but no one realized he was a mutant. Not until Professor Xavier found him using Cerebro. Xavier invited him to join the X-Men, and John signed on as one of the new recruits brought in to rescue the original team from the living island of Krakoa. Except for Sunfire, all of these new recruits stayed on afterward, forming a new generation of X-Men. Xavier gave John the codename Thunderbird, and since this lineup was already made up of adults, they didn't need basic schooling, just training in the danger room under Cyclops. Their first big mission together after Krakoa took them to the Cheyenne Mountain, where Count Nefaria had taken over a major North American defense facility. When the X-Men shut down his plan, Nefaria tried to escape by plane. Thunderbird leaped into the aircraft as it was taking off, ignoring Xavier's telepathic warnings to fall back. Determined to prove himself as a true Apache warrior, Thunderbird tore into the plane with his bare hands, ripping open panels and smashing the controls. The aircraft exploded with him still on it, killing him instantly. Nefaria survived thanks to the teleportation device. Years later, during the Necrotia event, Thunderbird was resurrected by Selene and Eli Bard through the transmode virus. He was forced into serving Selene, but he still managed to guide his younger brother Warpath and help him figure out how to defeat her. After Selene's fall, Thunderbird returned to the afterlife, telling Warpath he can finally let go. I gotta make one about Warpath, like a video about Warpath too, because he's cool. Put that in my notes. During the Chaos War, the Afterlife's barriers weakened, and Thunderbird was among many who returned briefly to the living world. He fought alongside after resurrected X-Men Banshee, Myra McTaggart, her Shi'ar construct, the Cuckoo Sisters, Esme and Sophie, and several Jamie Madrox's duplicates against the Carrion Crow, a servant of the Chaos King, which is such a cool name for a bad guy as a Chaos King. John channeled the Thunderbird spirit of his people and helped repair Earth's ley lines. In the end, he and Sophie were the last ones standing before they both passed on again. This time, John felt like his life had finally meant something, and he wondered if there might be another chance for him and Sophie somewhere else down the line. When the era of Krakoa began and the Five started resurrecting mutants who died before their time, John was eventually revived as well. Thanks to the special spell by the Scarlet Witch, Cerebro was able to find mutants even across time and reality, and John returned to life, greeted by Storm and Banshee. What a heck of a... If I was brought back to life after dying a couple times, and I was like actually brought back, not just like, you're temporarily here. Storm is who I would want to greet me, 100%. Even so, he still did not trust Xavier and Magneto, and he felt uncomfortable being treated like a long-lost martyr. He headed back to Arizona to find his remaining family, his grandmother, Lozen. When he returned to the reservation, he found it nearly empty except for a few kids who explained that the police had rounded up local mutants and arrested any elders who tried to resist. Wearing a new suit made by Jumbo Carnation, John stormed the police station to free his people, only to run into the Heritage Initiative, a group planning to experiment on them under his old enemy, Martinek. Thunderbird fought hard to protect everyone and nearly killed Martinek, but was stopped when his grandmother unexpectedly appeared and begged him not to go down that path. He listened after setting up a Krakoan getaway near her home so he, his grandmother, and James could reconnect. He made a vow to honor both sides of his identity, Apache and mutant, and serve as a protector for both. John and James skipped the third Hellfire Gala entirely, which ended up saving their lives since the event was attacked by Orcus. They stayed at the reservation to guard the young Apache mutants. But when the Orcus and External Cruel attacked at the same time and left Warpath severely injured, Thunderbird joined Mirage and Shatterstar's new version of the X-Corps, a team operating from a mobile island base, traveling the world to protect vulnerable mutants wherever they needed help. So, that is Thunderbird. He comes and goes a lot, and he's not here for a long time. But he's a cool character and was just killed off so quick. It's they always say that X-Men were made for inclusion and diversity, but then they go and kill him like instantly. So make what you want of that. So usually I have comics for you to check out to get to know the character I'm breaking down even better, and today is no exception. So you should check out Giant Size X-Men number 1, Giant Size X-Men number 4, Chaos War X-Men numbers 1 and 2, X-Force Volume 3 number 10, and X-Force Volume 3 number 25. If you have any better comic recommendations, just let me know in the comments because I would like to read them myself. So with that being said, be sure to like and subscribe and have a marvelous day.